Hello, everyone. Welcome to Oku and Beyond. I hope you're having a good day, a good evening, wherever you are. And like we promised, we're going to be watching the eclipse live today. And this is the solar eclipse of April 8th, 2024. So we've been very blessed to have two eclipses in years. Like we had one in 2023, and we are having another today in 2024. So what is a solar eclipse? As you can see on the screen, that's the moon covering the sun. So there's going to be a period of brief darkness very soon, and that is what we are excited about. So let me know where you're watching from if you're watching. But this eclipse of April 8th, 2024 is going to touch three major continents. It's going to touch Mexico, that is in South America. It's going to touch the United States, and it's going to touch Canada. So we are outside, we are trying to watch it, and we are putting on all safety measures because you have to look at the eclipse, or you have to look at the sun only with certified glasses. So the Oku and Beyond family was blessed to have those glasses, and we've shared them to our neighbors around. So even as you watch with us, there are going to be times where you see the screen completely dark like that, or slightly, because the clouds are also moving, and sometimes they'll give a shade. Right now, if you're looking from my angle, the camera we are using doesn't do justice, but it has the shape of a fingernail. So the moon has covered the sun such that we see the sun looking like a fingernail that you've cut. So that's the fingernail shape of the moon. So I'm going to tell you a lot of things about the eclipse today, and the darker part, the moon umbra shadow, the darker part under which the eclipse will be total during the total eclipse will touch only three countries, like I already mentioned. And a total eclipse will happen when the sun, the moon, and the earth align. So if you picture in your mind three plates, three round plates, one being the sun, one being the moon, and one being the earth, know that today, at this almost now, and it's already happening, that the moon is going to cover the sun and the earth. So they're going to line up and be like you've put the three together. So that is exactly what is going to happen. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. I want to acknowledge some people who are watching. Please tell us where you're watching from, where you're following this from. We are excited to have you on board. So there are three distinct parts that you can observe in a solar eclipse. Like today, what we have is a solar eclipse. The first contact or the partial eclipse begin. What we're having right now is a partial eclipse. So there may be a time, maybe at around 1:40 in Texas, or maybe 7:40 p.m. in Texas, where it's going to be totally dark because the moon would have totally covered the sun. Please make sure you share the live so your friends can see and also benefit from this little knowledge we are sharing. The Solo Kason, thank you for watching. We see you. Emmanuel Ngong, we thank you for sharing and for watching. And all those who are watching, which I'm not mentioning you, we see you and we appreciate you. So the first contact, the partial eclipse, which is going on now. So this is the beginning of the eclipse, when the moon first starts to move in front of the sun. It gradually blocks out a portion of its light, and it marks the start of the partial eclipse. This started a little while ago, but I decided to hold on so that I don't keep people online for too long. So right now, if you see our environment, it is kind of darkish. It's not quite dark out here, but it has a glow, like a shadow has been cast. Like, when I don't know if you've ever experienced where something big, or you're standing outside in the sun and somebody passes with an umbrella over you. That's the kind of look we have outside. I'm going to see if I can show you exactly from my view. Just give me a minute. It doesn't do justice, so it's no need showing. I'm just going to continue to explain the different parts you'd see. I've explained the first one, which is the first contact, or the partial eclipse, where just part of the moon is covering part of the sun. So you're seeing that right now on your screen. So the partial eclipse, as the moon continues to move across the face of the sun, it gradually covers more and more of its surface, causing the sun to appear as a crescent or a partial disk. That is exactly what we're experiencing right now in Dallas, in Segoville, in Texas, in Mexico, and in Canada. And okay, yeah, somebody is coming. Mr. Tar Kenneth, he says, in communities that don't know about the solar eclipse, they interpret this to be some mystical causes. I'm going to come to some fun facts about the eclipse around the world that I found very intriguing. And another fun fact, since you mentioned that at this time, some animals find it very strange. Some run into their hideouts, some maybe from yesterday and today. Some animals will behave strangely in areas where the eclipse occurs. So the third part, the total eclipse, the totality. So the totality occurs when the moon completely covers the sun, turning day into a brief period of darkness. This is the most dramatic phase of the solar eclipse, and it reveals the sun's corona, that is the outer atmosphere, in a ring around the dark silhouette of the moon. So right now, even though it's like 1:37 in the afternoon, that's what we are seeing right now. That's a total eclipse just happening. You guys have witnessed the total eclipse with us on Oku and Beyond Live. It's about to happen. You're just seeing a little dot happening right now, and soon it's going to cover entirely. It's such a beautiful sight to behold. Like I said, the camera doesn't do justice for you people. I'm sorry, I cannot share my lens with you, but it's really slight. In just a brief moment, you're going to see how it closes totally. Mm, yeah, so I was talking about the totality, which is the most dramatic phase, and it almost occurred. I think it was a cloud that covered it. It was not, but outside, what it feels like or what it looks like here, it feels like evening. You know, when it's about to turn dark, maybe getting to 6:30 towards 7. That is how it feels, even though it's 1:37, or that kind of environment where you have darkness coming because of a heavy rain about to occur. That is exactly what we are feeling right now. So it is it's just beautiful. It's so surreal. I'm excited because these are things that we learned in geography classes, and here am I living it another time. Last year we watched it, and this year I'm happy to be part of it again. So there's the diamond ring effect. I don't know if I explained that because I'm too excited. I'm explaining a few things twice. Uh, I said just before and after the totality, a phenomenon known as the diamond ring effect occurs. So I guess that is what we are looking at right now. This is when a single bright spot of light appears to shine brightly. That is it on the screen. It looks like a tiny dot. That is a diamond ring effect you're seeing there. The little dot you're seeing at the center is called the diamond ring effect. So the single bright spot of sunlight appears to shine brightly, resembling a diamond ring. As the last rays of sun pass through the valley and the mountains on the edge of the moon, Bailey's beats. So another part. Oh, guys, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. That is beautifully dark. It's as dark as it can be. I'm going to show you briefly what it is outside here, how it looks like. I said it looks like the evening, even though it's kind of midday. So this is how it looks outside. Very dark, like going almost 7 p.m. That kind of feeling, you know. So let me go back to the eclipse view. I'm interested in you seeing what's going on, guys. It's getting dark here. It's getting dark here. You're seeing how it's getting dark in Texas live. We're experiencing the total eclipse right now, live in Texas. It's so beautiful to experience. This is 1:41 p.m. This is 1:41 p.m., guys. And this is how dark it can get. This is how dark it's getting. You're seeing some lights in the neighborhood. This is total eclipse. Yeah, they said it was going to happen at 1:40. It was going to last about 4 minutes. So here we are experiencing the live eclipse, the solar eclipse live on Oku and Beyond. Make sure you like it if you're enjoying what we're doing here. Make sure you share. Some people believe good things happen to them at this time. Some people think it's awkward. Let me see if I can position my camera so you can see the moon with me. Let me take off this view for a minute. Let me take out this view for a minute and see if I can position the camera differently. Guys, I'm sorry the camera cannot really show you the beauty that is out here right now. It is so surreal. It is so surreal. Yeah, but I was talking about the different parts of an eclipse. Right now, if you're looking into the sky like I'm doing with my own camera, you'd see the diamond ring effect. So there's another part of the solar eclipse called the Bailey's beads. Let me continue to show you the environment so you can just see how the outside is changing right before our eyes. And like I said, it's 1:42. This is going to last for 3 to 4 minutes. These are my glasses, guys. The Oku and Beyond family shared this out today to several people in the neighborhood, and they were privileged they're watching right now, but I had to take this time away from them so we can together share this beauty. So there's also a part called the Bailey's beads, and if looking up in the sky, I can see the Bailey's beads. It's so beautiful. It's like I don't even know how to describe it with words. I'm just emotional about everything that's going on around me right now. And okay, we're talking about the different parts. So right now, totality, another part of the solar eclipse is when totality ends, or when the partial eclipse resumes. So after the brief period of totality, the sun gradually starts to re-emerge behind the moon. This marks the end of the totality. So what we are experiencing right now is the totality. And after this, we are going to resume to the partial eclipse. So the last phase is called the last contact, where the partial eclipse ends. So the eclipse concludes when the moon completely moves away from the sun, ending the partial eclipse phase. This marks the end of the solar eclipse event. So like we said, we are enjoying and experiencing and living the solar eclipse of April 8, 2024, live on Oku and Beyond. So I was talking about, Mr. Kenneth mentioned some things people believe, they think is mysterious. There are also some fun facts I'd like to share. I said already that animals may behave strangely. Some animals would run and birds will return to their nest. Right now it's kind of quiet outside. Before, birds were chirping. And after that, maybe creatures, and this, at this time also the nocturnal creatures, so creatures that are active at night, they become active. I don't know if you notice how it's beginning to clear off a bit. Let me put on my own glasses and see again. It's so hard to see. Yeah, but you see the light is returning. Light is returning out here. So we are getting back into the partial eclipse. We are getting into the partial eclipse. And there's a teeny tiny dot of sun beginning to show. I think you can see that on the screen. The little light that is shining there. It's the eclipse. And outside is beginning to brighten up once again as the sun is returning. Yeah. So I was sharing the fun facts about the eclipse. So in 1504, Christopher Columbus used his knowledge of the forthcoming lunar eclipse to manipulate the people of Jamaica into providing him and his crew with food and provisions. So people use it to manipulate others for various reasons, as was done in the past by Christopher Columbus. And make sure you give us a like, share, and give us a heart. Pump the light if you're enjoying this eclipse experience with us. You see how it's becoming back like daylight. Now it still feels like the 5 o'clock kind of environment. Maybe it's going to return to the 2 o'clock or the 1:46 time that it's supposed to be. Okay, some ancient cultures believe that pregnant women should not go outside during an eclipse, as it was thought to cause harm to the unborn child, but that's just a belief. So during the total solar eclipse, the sun's outer atmosphere, known as the corona, becomes visible to the naked eye. It appears as a wispy ethereal halo surrounding the disk of the moon. So the longest solar eclipse of the 21st century occurred in July 22nd, 2009, lasting 6 minutes and 39 seconds. The one of today lasted about 4 minutes, like it was predicted. During a solar eclipse, I think you're seeing how it's getting bright out there. It's beginning to brighten up. Now it's feeling like the 4 o'clock kind of environment. I'm thinking about my time in Manchok, 4 o'clock when the katakis is ringing the bell. This is the kind of environment that we used to have. Maybe you're thinking about leaving the farm to go back home. Yeah, that's the kind of environment we are feeling right now, coming from that darkness. And you can see how the sun is also being exposed. The moon is shifting away from the sun. So in some cultures, people bang pots and pans during an eclipse to scare away the celestial dragon or creatures they believe is causing it. So some people actually believe this is caused by some animals or some dragons from the sky. And at this time, they hit pots and pans to scare those things away. All right. So another very interesting fact, it's not a fun fact, it's a real fact. During the solar eclipse, the moon's shadow races across the Earth's surface at a speed of up to 5,000 miles per hour. That is 8,000 kilometers per hour. So that's how fast the moon was moving across the Earth's surface. That's how fast the moon's shadow was moving across the Earth's surface. Let me see what we have in the comments there. Yeah, we had Moses saying, why do you have to use glasses to watch a thing happening thousands of kilometers away? Yeah, even with the glasses, Moses, if you have to look at it, you see how bright it is. And even with the normal sun, it is not advisable to look at it with your naked eyes. So that is why. Let me see if I missed out someone's question. Oh, yeah, I cannot pronounce your name. Ovovuvwe. He asked, the dot has disappeared completely. How do we call the current scenario? At that time, when the dot disappeared completely, it was a total eclipse. What we're making all the noise about? Yeah, as you're seeing, the sun is beginning to show itself again because the moon is going across. Remember the scenario I gave in the beginning? I said, imagine you holding 3 plates, one being the earth, one being the moon, one being the sun, maybe at the center, and one being the moon. So today what happened is those 3 plates came together in one straight line. So it's like you taking plates and stacking them. When you take one plate, put it on top another one, on top another one. You know, this is the one we're there for under, right? So what happened is that the plate that was at the top today was the moon, and it covered the sun. That is why here in Texas, in Mexico, in many parts of the United States, in Mexico and in Canada, we are experiencing what we're experiencing right now. And there's massive traffic out there. People actually traveled from different states because it was going to be clearer out here. People traveled to see this. So eclipses have also inspired artistic and cultural expressions from ancient cave paintings and pottery to modern literature, music, and film. They continue to captivate and inspire awe in people around the world, like it's doing to me. At one moment, I was feeling like a little white kid. You know, sometimes we say, says, and check, I felt that way. I was feeling so excited, like a spoiled child. But it's because it's the first time. Again, I'm looking with my glasses, and the moon has the shape of the fingernail. You know, when you cut your fingernail and it has the shape of the moon, you know, that is the shape we are seeing. But what we are seeing is the shape of the sun because the moon is shifting away. It's walking past the sun. And so the revelation of the sun is presenting that fingernail. I'm still sorry that the camera doesn't do justice. Let me see if I can. Maybe I should not mess up something that is seemingly working. I don't know. I'm looking to see if you have questions. Are you enjoying what you're seeing? Let me see. Did I miss anyone's question? Yeah, but we are seeing how the sun is coming back outside. Yeah, it is feeling like 3 o'clock-ish. The 3 o'clock kind of environment right now. The sun is there. But soon it's going to feel bright again, like it should be at this time of the day. And it is 1:51 p.m. here in Texas. And this is the sky. This is the sky out there. So we are excited. Like we said, uh, I missed out some points, but I don't know how you feel. Did you enjoy watching the eclipse with us? It was fun. The solar eclipse. Yeah, I already explained this. I said the solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the earth and the sun, blocking out the sun's light. Lunar eclipse occurs when the earth passes between the sun and the moon, casting shadow on the moon. It's so difficult to remember if you're even geographers have to read this time and again to explain it correctly. So maybe during my explanation I mixed it up in my excitement. But again, I said the solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the earth and the sun, blocking out the sun's light. So the lunar eclipse occurs when the earth passes between the sun and the moon, casting a shadow on the moon. Yep. So that was it today. Remember, we spoke about 7 parts of the eclipse, of a solar eclipse. The first contact, where the partial eclipse begins. This is the last contact. We are experiencing the last contact right now, where the partial eclipse is ending. You know, we left from the first contact where the partial eclipse begin. That started up at about 12:37 here, or 6:37 p.m. in Cameroon, in Manchok, Oku, and in Oku. From there, we went to the partial eclipse, where the moon continued to move across the face of the sun, gradually covering more and more of its surface, causing the sun to appear as a crescent or a partial disk, the fingernail kind of feeling, which I explained. From the partial eclipse, we went to the total eclipse, or the totality, that moment where we saw total darkness, and it felt like night, even though it was midday. It was 1:40 here, but it felt like 8 o'clock. It felt like 9 p.m. in the evening. From the totality, we went to the diamond ring effect. It was so beautiful, where we saw the little dot, as Ovuvwe mentioned. We saw the diamond ring effect, where the little dot appeared. The single bright spot of sunlight appeared, and it shone brightly, resembling a diamond ring. And it was so beautiful to behold. After that, we had the Bailey's beads. Yeah, the Bailey's beads. If you looked at it, it felt like some little bits around the sun, or around the moon and sun's covering, like some little dots, beautifying the whole thing. And then totality ended. After the brief period, the totality ended and the partial eclipse resumed. And now we are experiencing the last contact, where the partial eclipse is ending. So the partial eclipse is ending, and the eclipse will conclude when the moon completely moves away from the sun, ending the partial eclipse phase. This marks the end of the solar eclipse event. Let me take a look from here. Yeah, we still have the fingernail. We still have the partial eclipse going on right now, and it's still beautiful. So I really appreciate all of you for joining us to experience the eclipse live on Oku and beyond. If you're not following us, please do. We'll come up with impromptu things to let you know what's happening around the world in Oku and beyond Oku. Give us a like, invite your friends to love, to share, to follow us. If you have things that inspire you and you want us to talk about, we are here for you. We are here for each and every one of you. If you have a business you want to advertise, we are here to make you known globally. We are here to connect you to the people that have connections, so that you can grow. Because when you grow, your family grows, Oku grows, and the world grows. You know, if one person can free themselves from poverty, it frees a family, it frees so many other people. So we are here to empower the society. And like I always say, we are here to rebrand Oku. We are here to, it's Oku and Beyond is a philosophy, it's an ideology which deals with mindset shift, mindset change. We're going to change our mindsets. We're going to learn from you. You're going to learn from us. You're going to unlearn some things, just like we too are going to, from the things you're going to show us. And we are just here to make life better for everyone in Oku and beyond. So we are still experiencing the partial eclipse here. We're still experiencing the partial eclipse. And I apologize that my camera didn't give the best, but I didn't want to stream from another, maybe from a TV, which could have better images. because I'll be violating copyright, which I didn't want to do. So this is what we could offer you, and we are still here. Let me see. Are there more questions from anybody? Yeah, I want to acknowledge many people who are watching. Moses Johnson, Lishangong, Gilbert Dinse, Tata Magdalene, trying to watch. Impossible, my network is bad. I want to acknowledge Peter Ngwanbengye. I want to acknowledge Desolo Kason. Dinse Gilbert said was watching from Ottawa, Canada. Um, yeah, Peter Ngwan said he thought NASA was going to give us better images from above. I'm sure they did. Many platforms were streaming it live with better cameras than we have, but we had to do what was legal. Yeah. Ovovuvwe said, I enjoyed every bit of the solar eclipse. Thanks for this good explanation. You're very welcome. We have a very rich team, knowledgeable team. We have experts in as many domains as you can imagine. So we are not going to be short of knowledge. And when we don't know something, we are going to look for the information just to give us the best. Peter says, I'm thinking about the size of an artificial satellite that can create an eclipse on the Earth. That's interesting. Mimi Peters watching from Funny. Thank you, Mimi Peters, for watching and following us. We have Emmanuel says, no go till daybreak. He wants me to stay here. No way. Fonkwa Jai says, watching from Bancham. Thank you, Fonkwa Jai, for watching. And Glory Tata watching from Corbison. You're seeing the sun is beginning to come out. We are still in the partial eclipse phase, and more the sun is going to come out fully as the moon goes to wherever it came from. We don't want the moon during the day, but this is beautiful to look at. Yeah, so Comfort was asking if this is Texas. Yes, this is live from Dallas, Texas, from Seagoville, Texas, where we are watching the eclipse live and making sure that our Oku and Beyond family, the best family on earth, is part of this amazing, surreal experience. So I don't know, do you have any beliefs you know about the eclipse? Or have you heard something funny about the eclipse? Or have you experienced an eclipse? I don't know. Yep. It's still beautiful out there. Let me wear my looking glass again. This is so funny. I know how some tourists, when they come to our area and they watch this, they see some things that are normal to us, they find it interesting. That's how I'm feeling right now, like a little tourist watching the eclipse. I never thought one day I'll be looking at the sun and saying it's beautiful, but here I am. Yep. So yeah, somebody says, Mbunda Kigen says, thank you. At least I have learned something today. Some of us who spend our school years counting money, Manchok life. Yep, we are here to educate, we are here to learn, we are here to make Oku a better place and make brighten the corners where we are. Talking about brightening the corners where we find ourselves, this is the sun. It's getting bright out there, and it is beautiful. It is beautiful. If I were to have a baby today, a baby girl, I'll name her Eclipse. If you had a baby today, what name would you give the baby? Oh, Kata Comfort says Fredericksburg is as clear as if nothing is going on. Sorry, sis. People were traveling here. You should have just booked your flight and come and let's do this live watch together. And actually today, some schools around us asked their parents if they wanted to keep their children to share this experience with them, or they wanted to have the children experience it at school. So school was optional in some parts of Texas today just because of this. Is it a 2-hour event or 5-minute event? Yep. So for some children, they had extra sleep. For some children, they were excited. But all of them were provided glasses to watch. Yeah, they were provided glasses to watch the eclipse. So again, I want to say thank you for everybody who joined. We have reached the 30-minute mark in our live broadcast, and I appreciate each and everyone. I hope you all have a blessed week out there. Go out there and soar, excel, find good things to do and bring them. So let's talk about them so someone can learn from you, and let's make Oku better. It was blessed. It was fun to be in your company. If I didn't call your name and you were watching, I apologize. Next time, I'm going to give you a big shout out. And remember, we have the impromptu that is coming up. We're talking about customer service in Oku and around Oku, and how we can do better as a people in customer service. So if you're interested in talking about that topic, make sure you send us a message on Oku and Beyond, whether WhatsApp or Facebook, so you can be live. We can host up to 10 people during our live broadcast. Right now, we're broadcasting on Facebook and on YouTube. We can even do what is it called? The other one, I've forgotten its name. Yeah, but we can host up to 10 guests during our live broadcast. So we don't mind multiple people coming to share their experiences, whether you've had good customer service, bad customer service. We want you to share your story and tell the world how to do it better. We want to be known for our customer service, and it starts with the hello and the hi, and you talking nicely to people when you meet them, because guess what, you are uh, um, you're a business person, and your product you sell is yourself. So as you go out there, know that you're selling yourself. As you type, even to comment and fight sometimes on Facebook comments, know that you're selling yourself. You can gain or miss a recommendation by your behavior out there. I know I'm not talking about Eclipse right now, but we are here to empower each other. So here we are. Let me take a peep again at the sun. Like I said, I feel like I'm a little tourist. That little The sunshine there is getting brighter. The moon is moving away. The little fingernail that was there is getting bigger. So very soon we'll have the full sun. We'll have the full sun. I said I was taking leave, but I'm actually enjoying what I'm doing. That's why I'm still here talking with you all. And I hope you're enjoying this experience, Kambang, that I'm that I'm experiencing here. Uh, this is beautiful, though. If I were a geography teacher today, would have been a day for field trip. And right now, you see, kind of getting smaller, but that's not what is actually happening. It's just because, as clouds also move up there in the sky, sometimes they tend to cover the sun. So that is what's going on. Yeah, so who is ready in the comment section? Who is ready to join our live? Let's talk about customer service. Maybe a good customer service experience you've had, or a bad customer service experience you've had. We are not doing it today, though, but if you let us know that you want to talk about that, we'll schedule a live and we'll talk about it. We have to improve Oku anyhow we can, and it starts with the idea and it goes to talking about it, and then it's going to be implemented. Yeah, we are going to talk about customer service in our hospitals, in our public offices, in our markets. I mean, everywhere we possibly can, in an effort to make Oku better, happier, prosperous, and everything we can imagine, right? Yep, we don't want to go to Ngoksun and see people who are frowning like they were beaten before they came to the market. Nope. Yeah, when you're going to work, a work that gives you money, you have to smile. You have to do it happily, joyfully. Personally, I feel happy when I enter somebody's shop. Oh, no, let them check, and the person is happy, smiley. It's fun to me. Someone mentioned yesterday during our live session that when that happens, they feel like giving a tip. Yep. So you can many people go to work and they get a lot of money from tips because of their attitude at their workplace. I had in the past I had rendered a service to somebody. I'm jumping to my customer service story yet again because it's so important to all of us. So I'd worked for a certain papa a long time ago, maybe like 10 years ago, and every day when he comes to work, before he comes, I'm right there. Before he's leaving, I'm the last person to leave. And I was not being paid for those extra hours I spent there. And after a while, he called me to his office and told me that he has noticed that I have a very good work ethic. And he wanted to recommend me to a certain job at a certain big corporation. Unfortunately, I had other plans at that time, so I couldn't take it. And I told him, I have another person I want to propose. and he said, "Oh no, I wanted you because I've seen you at work and you're doing a good job. Even though nobody paid you for the extra, but you showed an excellent spirit. You were always happy, not complaining. You were coming on time. You were leaving late. So I want to encourage us listening. I see two of people watching now. I want to encourage us that somebody says if we do that one another day, I'm inspired right now. Yeah, for the people who are listening, I just want to encourage us that wherever you are, just do your best. Do your very best. That best can take you to the next level. Yeah. Somebody says, not somebody, oh, you're killing us with that, your name, guy. I don't know if it's a guy or a lady. I believe the solar eclipse holds some spiritual significance. This might be a symbolism of a time of darkness and spiritual renewal, offering an opportunity for introspection and the shedding of old energies. Those presently in Texas are surely gaining new energies. Absolutely. Even in the Bible times, there's a lot of there are so many Bible verses that are related to the moon, to the sun, to the stars. And remember when Jesus was born, the wise men from the east, they were following the star to show them where Jesus was born. So who knows, what you're saying could be very much true. So many people are doing different things today in relation to this eclipse, some spiritual, some scary, but we just pray for the best as the sun, moon, and earth aligned at that time. We hope our life, wherever was crooked, became straight. We pray so. So may everything work out for good for everyone who watched this, and may the lines fall for us in pleasant places. That's all I can say. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, and God, the Bible says, for those who are Bible believing, they say that God is the God of the universe. Sometimes we want to limit him to just heaven and earth, but he's God of the universe. He created the heaven and the earth. So here we are. So thank you guys. Thank you everybody who watched this live stream. The sun is coming back to where it should be. Let me take one last peek before I say goodbye to everybody. The fingernail is getting bigger as the moon moves away. So at this time, I'll say goodbye and stay tuned. Keep watching, following Oko and Beyond. Tell your friends to join us, to follow us for more interesting programs. And see you next time, guys. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.